Hey, you Stygian Dogs. It's January 22nd, 2025, and this marks the 119th birthday of Robert E. Howard. Born in 1906, Howard is, of course, responsible for creating so many of the characters that we celebrate on this channel. Conan, Call of Atlantis, El Barak, Solomon Kane, and so many more. He pioneered the sword and sorcery genre and created the archetype of the barbarian hero. I'll celebrate today by indulging in some Howard pastiche. I'm in the middle of this Cormac McArt by Andrew J. Offutt and this Conan title from Leonard Carpenter. It's pretty fun, and as the fates would have it, Amazon delivered my Savage Sword of Conan Volume 1 Trade Paperback from Titan Comics in Heroic Signatures. This collects issues 1 to 3 of last year's relaunch, so we'll take a peek at that together. But before we do, let's quickly take a look at how we can celebrate Howard's birthday by giving to the community and directly supporting Robert E. Howard's legacy. Let's start with this important undertaking from Heroic Signatures. Head over to conan.com/news and check out the update Stand with the Heroes of the LA Fires. Clicking on the link, we come to the article Stand with the Heroes of the LA Fires. It's written by Tieri. Right now, our team watches as the sky hangs thick with smoke over the city we love, Los Angeles. But LA is far from just being our company's home. It is where our kids play, where our friends live, and where our dreams have taken root. Across neighborhoods, countless Angelenos are facing this crisis with remarkable courage. From the volunteers organizing relief efforts to the neighbors helping neighbors stay safe and informed, to the LA Fire Department teams working tirelessly on the front lines. At Heroic Signatures, we believe in standing together when our community needs us the most. That's why we're committing $10,000 to the Los Angeles Fire Department Foundation, whose work supports both emergency responders and affected communities during times like these. Moved by the events unfolding in our city, artist Gerardo Zaffino reached out with a desire to help. He has created a powerful artistic tribute to every person coming together to protect and rebuild our community. For the next 3 weeks until February 6th, we're offering limited edition prints of his work. Every cent of profit will be donated to the LAFD Foundation. Together we can show that our community's spirit is unbreakable. Join us in supporting Los Angeles. When our city faces challenges, we rise together. And at the bottom of the article is a list of other organizations that help to directly support the affected communities. And clicking on the link, we come to the Heroes in Black and White limited edition LA Fire Department Tribute Conan print by Gerardo Zaffino. It starts at $16 and there's a variety of sizes you can choose from. So please, I do encourage you to support this wonderful initiative. In return, you'll be getting a great piece of art. I do hope everyone takes a chance to support this initiative or to give directly to other worthy organizations. Many of us personally, including myself, know people who have lost their homes. This is a moment for compassion and charity. Now, in the spirit of giving, why not take the opportunity to celebrate Robert E. Howard's birthday by directly supporting his legacy? Head over to REHfoundation.org. This is the online home of the Robert E. Howard Foundation. It's the nonprofit organization whose mission is to foster understanding of the life and works of Robert E. Howard, to honor Howard's legacy as a skillful, prolific, and successful writer of fantasy, regional, horror, action, and adventure stories in a wide variety of genres, to promote its belief in the importance of imagination and creative writing. It does so through various initiatives, conserving and managing archives and collections related to Robert E. Howard. It serves as a research resource for scholars, historians, and fans. It supports the maintenance and operation of Howard's home and museum in Cross Plains, Texas, and of course the annual Howard Days event. The site is a great source for Robert E. Howard and community-related news. You'll find a short, though very robust biography. You can check out the selection of Foundation-published books. And there's an overview of the various projects that it supports, including the REH Museum, the complete Robert E. Howard Story Index and timelines and sources, the Glenn Lord Typescript Collection, and, of course, Howard Days Celebration. And to support the legacy of Robert E. Howard, the Foundation offers 3 levels of annual membership, starting as low as $9.99. What better way is there to celebrate Robert E. Howard's birthday than to support his legacy and the mission of the Robert E. Howard Foundation? Let me know in the comments if you did get a membership with the Robert E. Howard Foundation. Now, let's move on to this month's release. And here it is, the Savage Sword of Conan Volume 1, collecting issues 1, 2, 3 of the Savage Sword of Conan from Titan Comics and Heroic Signatures. It's 208 pages. It feels like a nice weight. It's a nice volume. I wasn't 100% sure if I was going to buy this, but because of the print issues with issue number 1, I really wanted to have a nice copy, nice physical copy of Max von Fafner's art in that first issue. It was disappointing the way it turned out, so this remedies that. Now, this is just a peek and a tease. It's not a full review. You can check out Savage Sword of Conan on my video. Everything is there. I just want to kind of give an overview, maybe give a comparison of the size versus the individual issues, that sort of thing. Maybe take a look at the way the images look inside, just to let you know whether or not you may wish to purchase this. Invariably, I'm going to guess that this and any subsequent issues will be available in a hardback issue. So, it's up to you whether or not you want to buy it now or maybe wait for something in the future. Size-wise, it's pretty much the same as the individual issues. So, of course, it collects issues 1, issues 2, and issues number 3. So, size-wise, it's very comparable, maybe a couple millimeters. And there it is, a comparison of the trade paperback of the monthly collections. So you can see the size differences there. And it's not far off from the standard omnibus hardbacks. Height-wise, it's the hardcover omnibus is just a touch taller. And width-wise, you can see that the trade paperback here is a little bit wider than what you would get in a standard omnibus hardback. So let's open it up. On the inside cover, we have an ad for the James Lovegrove Cult of the Obsidian Moon. Fun book. Check out my video. And here's our table of contents. Issue number 1, Conan and the Dragon Horde, with writer John Arcudi and the artist is Max von Fafner. We get Sacrifice in the Sand, that great prose piece from Jim Zub. And then Patch Zircher's Master of the Hunt Part 1. Issue number 2 gives us Conan Leaving the Garden. This is Jim Zub as the writer and Richard Pace as the artist. I really love this story. I think it's one of Jim's best. That is also accompanied by Master of the Hunt Part 2 by Patch Zircher. Issue number 3 gives us Frank Tieri and Cary Nord's Conan Wolves of the Tundra. Fun story. I love the way that one ended. Master of the Hunt Part 3 from Patch Zircher. And then Conan, Lure of the Pit Creature from Alan Qua. We get Roy Thomas's intro. We get the pinups. Francesca Burrell's map looks great here. Somebody commented in the original publication that it looked like moldy wallpaper, and it did. So this is incredibly detailed and incredibly clear. Here's issue 1, the Joe Jusko cover. I love the way that Rebecca Puebla's pinup turns out here versus in the printed issue. It's just fantastic. So I'm really pleased with this. I'm really pleased with the way that Max von Fafner's work looks here. So if you are disappointed with issue number 1, and I mean, let's face it, it was pretty disappointing print quality wise, you can get a really nice peek at Max von Fafner's work here. Also, the electronic copy rendered it really well, so you can have a peek in there too if you like. So that is, for me, the reason why I picked this up. I mean, I'm also going to tend to pick things up anyways. Here is Zub's Sacrifice in the Sand, short story, great short story. You should probably consider nominating that for a Robert E. Howard Foundation Award. And here's Patch Zircher's Solomon Kane Master of the Hunt Part 1. I mean, this looks great. It's what you would expect. This did look pretty good in the printed copy as well, in the original printed. So that's that. We get issue number 2. I really love Pace's art in this. I know it's somewhat controversial for some folks. It definitely has a better effect in a printed issue than the electronic. I found that anyways. I think it serves the story so well. And as I mentioned, I think this is one of Zub's best stories. So that turned out great. Let's see what else is in here. I should comment that the paper is nice and thick. It's not glossy at all, so it at least retains sort of the effect of the newsprint. There's no sheen or shine to it, so that's great. There's Marinkovic's Solomon Kane pinup. It looks great. And then we move on to issue number 3. Cary Nord, Frank Tieri. There was no issue in the original printing of this, so it was satisfying. So no real surprises in here. I mean, it's definitely handy. I don't always want to open up my individual issues. Some of them I have signed now, so this is just a nice reference. I'm looking forward to reading all of Patch's story together here, contiguously. I mean, I understand printing it issue by issue. It would have been kind of nice to see Patch's work back to back. That would have just been pleasing, but I suppose it would defeat the purpose of the publication. So there's not too much to be said about that. That's satisfying enough. Alan Qua's story here was super fun. I love that one. And also, I mean, they're all the bonus content here. We also get Call Thee to Crom. This was Jim Zub's poem, his battle poem. So this was a lot of fun that it's included in here as well. And then there's a bit of a covers gallery on the back. Of course, they're printed in black and white, so you don't get the same effect as you do with the covers. But they render pretty well. I'd love to see them in color. I love this one with Conan and the Shark. I don't have this one in the real world. But good stuff. I'm not familiar with this Cary Nord cover either, so it's nice to have that. So the creator bios on the back: John Arcudi, Max von Fafner, Cary Nord, Richard Pace, Helen Qua, Frank Tieri, Patch Zircher, and Jim Zub. And then an advertisement for other omnibus and trade paperback collections. And on the back, we get the little blurbs, quote from Superhero Hype, graphic policy. All in all, I'm very satisfied. It's hefty. I think you're going to like it. I think you're going to like the page quality. So again, if you don't want to regularly open up those monthly issues, this is a good solution. I'm going to guess that after next year and the next 6 issues, or pardon me, the next 3, and then this year's issues as well. So perhaps they'll put a hardback volume of a total of 12 issues together. I think that would be fantastic. So yeah, I'll definitely keep buying these. I think they're nice to have on the shelf. I'll leave it up to you whether or not you do, but this would definitely come recommended. I'll leave it at that. January has been a slower month for Conan, but we can look forward to February and issue number 18 of Conan the Barbarian. This is the second part to Danica Breen's 2-issue story. This arrives February 19th, and on February 26th, we see the Savage Sword of Conan number 7 featuring Roy Thomas and Rob de la Torre. This is going to be great. And there's so much more coming to us in March. We get Patrick Zircher's Solomon Kane, a new Conan trade paperback, and Doug Braithwaite's return to the ongoing monthly series. Thanks for watching, liking, consider subscribing. Happy birthday to Robert E. Howard. May his legacy live on forever. And until next time, take it easy, you Stygian Dogs.